Hello there! Today we are going to talk about anthropomorphism. What is anthropomorphism, you ask? Remember my previous video about turning orange into a character? Yes, that's basically it. In this video, we will deep dive into the ideation process and talk about some tips to make a better and unique character from any object you want to anthropomorphize. As some of you may have also noticed, yes, I finally updated my CSP to its latest version 1, which is 1.13.2. It's super duper cool. A lot of features added, one such as this filter right here is only available after 1.9.4. And this is the filter I used to make my reference looks good in the final piece. Okay, back to our topic. I will split the video into two sections. The first is preparation and the second section is cooking time. The sections have to be done in order, but the steps inside each section are not linear. Please think of them more like points you need to remember. Nevertheless, for simplicity purposes, I will still give numbers to each step so we can track our progress in this video. If we fail to plan, we are planning to fail. That's what Benjamin Franklin said, and that's why we need preparation. First step, pick one main object that sparks your interest. You can pick inanimate objects, animals, flora, brain cells, anything. You can even pick concepts like algebra, the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or something as abstract as a coding screen for your main reference. The key is to pick something that interests you. I picked this tree and asked you guys to pick one for me. And caramel popcorn is the winner. Hooray! After you have decided on the main object, now collect some references of it. There's no limit to this. That's why it's so fun. Step 2. Trace and break. As usual, you'll need to get a feeling of your reference's shape. Just go ahead and trace it. Then once you are comfortable, try to redraw it and find a pattern that keeps recurring. In my case, after I traced the seemingly random popcorn, I started to notice that they follow a certain pattern. They originated from a corn, bursting into tasty clouds, right? So I find out that popcorn's basic shapes consist of two parts. First, the curling part that has corn skin attached to it, and the puffs of the corn that exploded. Aside from the shape, use color pick to create a color palette from your reference pictures. Step 3. Simplify and combine. After you're aware of the basic shapes that construct your object or the patterns, you need to simplify it into shapes you can memorize easily or rules that you can use to redraw the shape. You can also try to combine certain shapes you find interesting to make more shapes. And now we have unique features to help us cook the character later. Now for setup categories. This is where planning takes place. There is no limit to how many categories you may set up. You can list down a few basic ones like gender, age, body type, job/genre, and your main references characteristic. You can go a little bit more specific for hair type or even country. It's all up to you. Can you see just how much freedom and exploration you can do? These categories are going to be used to list up various variables, which later we are going to decide and pick as our character's attribute. 5. Determine direction. In this step, you may choose between using a mind map or other brainstorming tools to help you determine which variable in each category you'll use. I first cropped my main reference, then applied the artistic filter to it, so it looks like it was painted with watercolor. Gosh, I love this filter. Then I outlined the reference. Once the main reference is polished, let's draw the mind map and branch them into categories we have set up earlier. Now for each category, list down as many variables as you like. Remember, you are referencing your main object here, so you would want to also list down as many characteristics from your main object in the mind map. If you come up with new categories in this step, just list them right away. Let the mind map branch out like crazy. Then for the final step, you just need to choose one variable representing each category. Oh, also, if you want the result to be more unpredictable and random, You can use roulette or randomizer to help you decide which variable to pick on every category or just some of them. Now it's cooking time! Before going on to the next step, you'll need to tidy up your workspace a bit. Collect every ingredient you prepped. Also, keep in mind that this cooking process can be done in any order you want. 2. Sketch right away. Do as many iterations as you need. I started by drawing the figure, then adding more details along the way using the unique features. Don't worry about messing up. Even I don't like my first try over here, so I decided to start designing the head first. And yup, I still don't like it. 3. Avoid the obvious. As I was sketching the face, I don't want to pick an obvious idea. You might be thinking the same. Popcorn? Curly hair, so the character's hair is curly? I don't want this. So I looked the other way and an idea struck my head. What if I used the stripe from the box as the hair? Then, to represent the popcorn, I simply added a hair bun. 4. Pick complementary references. As you go, remember, your imagination may tell you what to draw, but they are not strong enough to describe the object you want to draw. So, along the way, I usually look up some extra references for the equipment. You can see right here, the shoes and gloves are from extra references that I have traced for later use in my design process. 5. As you add more items to the character, ask yourself, why is this character wearing this? Or what do they need to wear to avoid injuries? Kinda question. This helps me to add more unique points to my character. My line of thought was, the popcorns here are hot or sticky, and she will need to use thicker non-stick gloves on her left hand. While for the other hand, she'll still need a glove to avoid getting blisters from the sword. So now, you understand there is a reason behind her using 2 different types of gloves for each hand. When you are satisfied with the design, you may draw some poses. Then pick one for your final piece. I asked you guys which one of mine was the best, and yup, I also think it's the 4th, so let's go with that one. Now to the chosen pose. Add all the ideas you've pre-cooked before. This one is just a temporary piece that will be your guide in drawing the final piece later. You may add flat colors and rough shadow blocks. I only do mine with flat colors. And tada! You have created a character blueprint. Congratulations! That's all the tips I can give about anthropomorphism. Further steps from here won't count as ideation anymore. I will describe my popcorn character in detail and what I learned while finishing it in the next video. One more thing, this video is an entry for CSP Tips of the Month, so if you like it, please kindly help me by accessing the link in the description or comment section below and like my post there. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one!